So there we have Charlie Adams, Brentford Football Club. Welcome to the show, Charlie, again.
Thanks for having me.
Tell us about your futsal journey.
So I started playing football when I was really young. Played Sunday League up until around age 11, where I started to, I got introduced to futsal. And
where did you get introduced to futsal?
I got introduced to futsal. It was just with my Sunday League team. So my dad was the manager, and he set up a futsal team just because he looked into it a little bit, very vaguely, and he found that it's a good way to improve players. So yeah, we set up this futsal team, and at the start it was more for fun. We done it on a Friday just for a bit of fun after school. But
Did you use all of the real equipment? And
the equipment,
and
the size of the pitches were the same, and the weighted balls as well. And we started to enjoy it. And as a team, we then entered a few tournaments, and we done really well. We had some good technical players on the team. We then entered the national championships up in Sheffield. It was, I think, I was age 12 then. I'm 20 now, so it was quite a while ago. But we ended up winning that tournament. And we played some really good teams, a few teams from other countries as well. And from then I got picked up by Louis Melville, he was working for Brentford's development team at the time, the Community Sports Trust. And I trained with them for about 6 months and doing the futsal a lot, 2 times a week with them. And at the end of that season, coming on to 13, 14, I went on a trial with the academy at Brentford, and then I got signed.
How did you find the transition from football to futsal, or the opposite, should I say, futsal to football?
Yeah, I mean it's a weird one. It's a weird one, but it helps you get out of tight areas.
Yeah.
That's what I found mostly. That when you play 11 aside, you have a lot of space.
Yeah. So
when you go play to futsal, you're like, oh my God, it's so crowded here. I need to get out of this tight area.
Yeah.
And at the start, it's hard to get to grips with. But after a while, I got used to it, and it helped develop my 11-a-side game, because I just felt that I have so much space on the field now.
Yeah.
Which obviously it shows in the top players as well. It shows how good they are.
I just like to ask, basically, from the age of 12, were you still playing like 11-a-side?
I was. So it was.
So you was getting the best of both worlds.
I was getting the best of both worlds. Yeah, absolutely. And I feel that's what a lot of the top foreign academies do as well. They play 11-a-side, but then they also play futsal as well, which helps them develop different skills. I mean,
increases your decision making as well, doesn't it?
Exactly. Yeah. I was going to say the techniques in futsal and football. There are some different techniques. So futsal, you play a lot with the sole of your foot, and the ball's weighted, so it is a lot easier to control the ball when the ball's weighted. But it just helps you, get out of tight areas, as I've been saying. And
I know in futsal they tend to toe poke it quite a bit.
They toe poke it a lot, and so that's it. So it's like a disguised one.
And in football, it's a bit like it's more, frowned upon.
Yeah,
should be using your laces kind of thing.
But if we remember Ronaldinho against Chelsea, he was tight on the edge of the area, and he
toe poked
bit of quick feet, and
he brought it back as a technique again.
Exactly.
Yeah, because there was a massive thereafter. It was all over social media about toe poking the ball.
Yeah.
And it was as if, well, where has this come from?
I mean, I think it's a very underrated technique in football, because it's you're running with the ball, and if you're in the box and if you give it the quick toe poke, it's different to you actually shaping up. So when you shape up to shoot, the defenders know that he's gonna have a shot here. But if you just toe poke it, then
it's in your stride as well, isn't it? Toe poke.
Exactly. Yeah.
And it tends to keep the ball down. I've always found, like when you've toe poked the ball, it doesn't sky as much as when you hit it with your laces.
You might not be able to get as much power on, but it's the disguised one.
Well, I think it still gives you a bit of power, because it actually punches the ball.
Okay, yeah. But they're the techniques that that I adopted from futsal, and I was able to bring it to my 11-a-side game.
Do you think so? Futsal's had a massive impact then, and influence.
Well, absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
Just
for my one-on-one attacking, one-on-one defending, and even tactically, like understanding where you are. Even though I know it's a lot smaller field, but understanding where you are and your position and your role as a defender, even in futsal, because futsal is a lot more tactical than you think. There is a lot defensively. There's a lot more that goes on than just let's go and have a game and try and skill someone up. There's a lot more to it than that.
I guess
you know? It's a huge amount of fun.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I was just going to say, where you are now, I mean, in terms of football, you know, not everybody's playing football, so to speak, in the level of football. Because unless you're watching the Premier League, you're not actually, you know, if you understand what I mean? It's like everybody tends to, there might be a bit more direct football being played.
Absolutely.
So for you guys who are very technical, how do you find that?
I mean, yeah, I recently just got off loan from Stevenage.
Yeah.
I was there from, I think it was October to around December. And it was a bit of a culture shock to me because I was used to playing the academy style of football.
Because Brentford, I guess.
And they pass it a lot more.
Yeah.
So,
style of play is different.
Yeah. And I went to Barnet the year before and they pass it a lot as well because we had Edgar Davids was there at the time.
Oh, yes.
So I was there with him. But no, the reality of the Football League and like especially the lower leagues, a lot of it is results-based driven.
Of course.
So the managers need to get results. So they just feel that they don't want to be passing the ball out the back. They don't want to be taking too many touches at the back or taking too many touches anywhere. A lot of it is just possession or possession like based football. So it's based on percentages.
Absolutely.
So let's try and play in their half as much as possible. It doesn't matter how we get it there.
So what did they say to you? Stay up there, don't come back?
Yeah, you have to play a defensive role. In obviously, in the lower leagues, you don't really sacrifice the player. You don't say, okay, we're just going to use you for attacking. That doesn't really happen. You have to make sure that you do a job defensively as well.
Of course.
But yeah, League Two, it was difficult, but I gained experience from it, and I did enjoy my time there.
Can I just ask you, what did you learn?
Well, I learned how to see out games. You know, especially when it's, as we said, a results-driven business, especially in the Football League. You know, managers' jobs are riding on game to game. You know, it could be 1 or 2 games and you're gone. But I learned how to, you know, see out games. That's the main thing I learned. It was, it's different. It's different, but I did learn that.
Are there many players that you know of that have come through futsal and have been signed a pro contract like yourself?
I can't say I do. I mean, I'm the only one that I know of that has...
Well, UK-based, I guess.
UK-based,
obviously,
UK-based.
It's a slim market.
Yeah, very, very.